Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1492, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. What islands were extensively studied by Charles Darwin? Galapagos Islands. What is Kenny G's real surname? Gorelick. What legendary athlete lit the Olympic torch at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics? Muhammad Ali. What do climbers rub on their hands for extra grip? Chalk. Which famous composer continued working as he lost his hearing? Ludwig van Beethoven. What accessory did Zippo Manufacturing Company introduce in 1933? Cigarette lighter. On what date is the Melbourne Cup traditionally held? The first Tuesday of November. What athlete had a part in the movie The Scorpion King? The Rock. Who wrote Rip Van Winkle? Washington Irving. Who recorded the song Private Eyes? Hall & Oates. Which U.S. president had a sign on his desk that read, "The buck stops here"? Harry Truman. What does the shape of Nepal's flag represent? The Himalayas. Mustafa Kemal was the first president of which country? Turkey. What Canadian city is the birthplace of author Margaret Atwood? Ottawa. What is America's oldest brewery? Yuengling. In which city was the composer Ludwig van Beethoven born? Bonn. What band eventually evolved into the Bee Gees? The Rattlesnakes. In American football, the area behind the line of scrimmage is known as what? The backfield. What is California also known as? The Golden State. What is the name of the badge you get in Pokémon from Saffron Gym? Marsh Badge. What is the capital of Ghana? Accra. What is cryogenics the study of? Production of low temperatures. Lake Champlain is located in Vermont, and in which other state? New York. What Kenny Rogers song title is his mother's first name? Lucille. Who was assassinated by Carl Weiss? Huey Long. What is measured using a Richter scale? Earthquakes. During the American Civil War, what city was the last Confederate capital? Danville, Virginia. Which state is home to America's first public beach? Massachusetts, Revere Beach, just north of Boston, is considered America's first public beach. Who is famous for saying, "All you need to fly are lovely things and fairy dust"? Peter Pan. Who played Mr. White in the movie Reservoir Dogs? Harvey Keitel. Equatorial Guinea gained independence from which country in 1968? Spain. Based on Kepler's first law, the path of a planet is defined as what shape? Ellipse. Which European city is the game Assassin's Creed Unity set in? Paris. What year was the first edition of the Guinness Book of Records published? 1955. Including the end zones, how long is an NFL regulation football field? 120 yards. The red supergiant star Betelgeuse belongs to which constellation? Orion the Hunter. Who left Metallica to form Megadeth? Dave Mustaine. Who said, "And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make"? Paul McCartney, found on the Beatles' 1969 album Abbey Road. The sentiment is quintessentially Beatles and true to the 1960s anti-war movement, which urged, "Make love, not war." Which country has the most freshwater lakes? Canada. Who does Alice follow down the hole? The White Rabbit. Hydrophobia is the fear of what? Water. What is the oldest permanent European-founded city in America? St. Augustine, Florida. What household device uses the rare synthetic element americium? Smoke detectors. What was the first movie to be rated PG-13? Red Dawn. How many of Henry VIII's wives were executed? 2. What are the 4 colors all passports are made in? Red, blue, green, and black? Who was the court sculptor of Alexander the Great? Answer. Lysippus of Sicyon in the Peloponnese was a contemporary of Alexander the Great who made him his court sculptor. What status did astronomers downgrade Pluto to in 2006? Dwarf planet? Approximately when did humans begin performing dentistry? Answer. 700 BC. It began with the Indus Valley Civilization. It was not an exact science. For example, Sumerian text about worms causing tooth decay was not disproved until the 1700s. What is the name of the Egyptian goddess of the sky? Nut. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.